What's going on, guys? My name is Nick, and I'm joined with Mona,
Hi guys.
and we are doing something similar pertaining to the forest, but we're doing a reaction video this time.
Hmm.
And if you guys want us to do more reactions, let us know. This is going to be the first trailer, the second trailer, and if we have time in this video, it'll be their IGN's most recent upload, and if not, then that'll be our next video, so keep an eye out for that. But without further ado, let's get into the reaction.
For Sons of the Forest. See ya.
Yes. Alright, we're in the chopper.
What is that, a shotgun?
Where? Oh,
Right beside
probably.
his bag.
That's what it looks like.
There's
Fight.
mail bags.
Demons. Oh, dang.
There goes the helicopter.
Is that the thing from the first game? Giant hand. Cool.
Ooh.
Oh, that's nice.
Who is this? She giving birth? You're looking like she's in labor.
That doesn't look right.
Oh, I have to blur that.
No, she's got 3 legs. She's Legsy! 2.0. An Armsy? Legsy and Armsy?
Don't know. Oh, we have two people playing. I'm not sure if that.
Yeah, like a tactical, like, axe.
Yeah.
Alright, cannibals.
Lots of cannibals. They look like they're starved.
Oh, cool. They have no eyes.
Face.
Alright. So that was the first trailer that released like 3 years ago. Let's get into the second. I hope this music isn't copyrighted.
Yeah. Well, that'll be the end of it. Oh goodness, that was deafening. That like little. Oh, taping. Oh, there you go. You got a spear.
I like how realistic, like they're doing things more realistic with this game.
The poor turtle.
Looks like you could pick something up there on the rock, something just like glisten.
Oh,
Here's
Z 2.0.
Yep. Legsy Armsy.
Yep, legs armsy.
Creeping cannibals.
Ooh, they hide? But like, look at the way they hide. Are they
They sound
having a stroke?
Sounds like that same person that keeps interrupting our outro. The same woman.
Sharks.
Giant creepy
Like
monster.
fingered monster.
Love
men.
bug cannibals.
No, they
Join.
Oh, lots of
Well, they
fun.
climbed in the first game, but I don't think they climbed on the roof.
Oh.
Taser.
Taser.
They all have like a sickle.
That was rude. They took the camel's head in like this, and they.
Back up!
This is gonna be you next.
That's cool.
Oh, that's gonna be nice.
She fights alongside you, that's cool. Molotov.
Two.
Giant enjoying love bug cannibals.
Man, I feel bad for that guy on the bottom. He's like, I got you, bro.
Giant slug creature launching babies.
Is that Timmy?
Ooh.
Crucifix?
It's the same creature that we saw before.
Unlike some of its peers, The Forest, the survival horror game from Canadian-based studio Night Games, delivered on not just the popular gather and craft survival game format, but also added a surprisingly complex and equally bananas
This is the
story
first
featuring
one.
cannibals and
Yes.
mutants. With the immediate
We haven't
arrival
reached
of
that
its
part yet,
long-awaited sequel,
but I
Sons of the
know what
Forest, comes
happened.
not only the pressure to top the beloved experience of the original, but
second
also to add some new and
The water looks so
increasingly wild
realistic.
surprises.
Mm.
And based on the 5 hours I've played so far, I'm not only excited
What
about
in
the
the-
sequel's potential,
Oh, that
but
looks
also
nice.
confident that Night could revolutionize the survival
Is
genre.
that a blue light? A purple light? That's cool.
UV, maybe.
Yeah.
from the looks of it.
I think it's called Blue Light.
The forest begins with a simple premise. You've crash landed on a mysterious peninsula and begin your quest to survive at all costs. There was also the optional objective of finding your kidnapped son, a task that would take you down a wild and disturbing narrative rabbit hole populated by flesh-hungry mutants. Sons of the Forest largely shares the same setup, substituting your son for a missing
but
brother.
I know.
It's a basic idea,
We should
but one that
blur
allows
it.
you to jump straight into the action.
No, I mean for
allowing
you.
players
But
who
I think
have
you've
no
seen
intention of progressing the rescue
some
mission to solely
things.
focus on building their very own lakeside resort with some friends right away. Just like its predecessor, you can play, build, and cause chaos
This
with
actually
7 of
looks
your
like really
friends
nice
in co-op,
graphics.
but you
It
can
really
still
does.
see everything Sons of the Forest
Fingers
has
crossed
to
it's actually
offer in single player.
cross-platform.
The big difference this time, though, is that even
the
when
first
you
one
play
wasn't,
solo,
so-
you're not alone. Enter
Either
Calvin.
that, or at least both of
At
us
the very
have, you know,
start of
PS4
Sons
and
of the
PS5.
Forest, you're
What's
introduced
happening?
to Calvin, an elite soldier who not only survived the helicopter crash
Calvin.
that stranded you on the island, but is
Yeah.
also very much along for the
He's
survival
got like
ride
blood.
as an
Like,
AI
did he lose his
companion.
hearing in
While
the crash?
Calvin has suffered some
Where
major
he
head
was with the
trauma
helmet?
that's left
That's
him
probably
unable
him.
to speak, his injuries have not, perhaps surprisingly, prevented him from being extremely helpful. In
So
an
he's
apparent
mute.
effort to replicate the multiplayer experience
He's
of solo
definitely
players,
mute.
Calvin will follow you around and respond to commands
Oh, that's
issued via a
cool.
bunch of handy quick select options.
So you get
on the
companions,
notepad.
basically,
He'll
to
take
help you.
orders to see out your less than desirable busy work, such as chopping down
It
trees
is the
and
multiplayer,
gathering
right?
logs.
That's cool.
He just plops him on the floor
During
in
my
front of you,
hands-on,
like,
the value of having an
here you
AI
go.
companion was immensely noticeable. There was a huge benefit to sending Calvin off to find resources, while my co-op
That's
partner
cool.
and I
That was
focused
nice.
on designing our structure. I'd regularly turn around to find a fresh pile of logs for our disposal, with Calvin already on his merry way to collect more.
So-
Not only will
There you
Calvin
go.
somewhat provide company for solo players, but he offers
chucks them
helpful,
on the floor for you.
time-saving resources even when in a group, putting a significant dent in the busy work of
He
a
died
survival
immediately.
game. This affords more time to either sculpt a masterpiece or plow
Oh,
forward
and he
on
can
the
relax.
cannibal killing quest. Calvin has a mind of his own though.
You
well,
kill other
at least
people?
to some degree. He sits down to rest when he
Cannibals,
gets
probably.
tired and seeks
Yeah,
water
that
when
looks
he's
like a person,
thirsty.
like a
He'll
girl.
also become upset if you treat him poorly, which makes him less productive and thus decreases the value as a companion. And if you decide you're
I
not
mean,
interested
poorly, are
in
you,
having a
like,
worker
hitting
be
him?
along for the ride, you have the option
Either
to
that or
disable
not feeding
Calvin
him
in the
properly?
most realistic way possible. Shoot him in the head and you'll remove him from your session permanently. You're limited to
You can
one
kill him?
Calvin per multiplayer session, so the dream of a legion of
Why?
Calvins can't be fulfilled. But the
That's not
developers
rude.
assured
That's
me
funny,
that there are
that'd be
other
funny.
companions you can find
So it is
as you
multiplayer.
progress, each with their own unique AI. During my playtime,
good.
I caught a glimpse of Virginia, a mutant with 3 arms and 3 legs. She quickly scalped once I
Virginia,
approached
Legsy.
her, and definitely had more of a
that's the
skittish
Legsy
sensibility
2.0.
than Calvin. But the developers told me that she can eventually be recruited, and will become attached to you over time should
Yeah,
you be
we saw
kind
that
to her.
one, yeah.
They compared her instincts to that of an elusive and independent cat, which stands in opposition to Calvin's lovable and
cat?
obedient dog.
A cat has
The AI improvements
7,
aren't limited
6
to
legs,
just
sorry.
companions, though. On our expedition, we came across several groups of enemies.
Are they attacking
ranging
each
from
other?
A cluster of cannibals
are.
to a mob of monstrosities, each demonstrating their own impressive decision-making abilities. It felt like my enemies were thinking and making active decisions.
Maybe it's
based
because
on
some
not
of them
only
are
my
different than the
actions,
others.
but also their situations and environment. Particularly in first-person horror games, enemies generally have 2 modes of behavior: patrol and
Oh,
attack.
that's
But in Sons of the
axe.
Forest, some foes would just be
Did you see the way
extremely
you were
wary
just
and
using
just
it?
interested
Well,
in watching
the
what I
tactical
do,
act.
while others would charge in aggressively, only to back down when things didn't go their way. I saw enemies consoling their fallen friends, changing their clothes depending on the
water on
weather
the stream.
conditions, and even
know.
trying to destroy my newly erected home when my back was turned. It was clear to see that the enemy's brains
That's
were
gonna
not
be
only
annoying.
following coded
Yeah.
rules, but also adapting their thoughts based on the external influences. The developers explained to me that certain enemies with
snowy area
leadership
looks
qualities can influence the decisions of others, and even promote ideas in their ranks such as religion, and that each
hope they don't get a
individual has
gun
their
from
own
the
tastes,
start.
desires, and proclivities.
I hope it's something you gotta, like in the first one where you find the parts around the map or something like that. Or scattered,
From a small taste of Sons of the
maybe
Forest,
helicopters
I
or
didn't really get a
something.
sense of how deep this system is, and how much it'll affect your experience. But the
Butterfly.
teasers I saw filled my mind with dozens of possibilities. I saw enemies adapting to changing their ecosystem and weather conditions, which now cycle through seasons that change
That's
as you
gonna be
progress.
annoying.
I even accidentally triggered a war after I stupidly opened the entrance to the game's complex underground cave network and released a faction of mutants into the domain of another tribe. My simple decision caused their living space to change and encouraging
Started a
them
war.
to adjust their focus. And after that little taste of chaos, I can't wait to see how flexible this system can be. As you'd expect, the titular forest
That's
makes
probably
a
why they were
return,
fighting each
and
other.
it
The
looks better than
deers are
ever.
back.
From the complex density of
Oh,
foliage to the
I assume
gorgeous
the
rainfall
wildlife
and
will be the same.
beautifully lit cave stalactites amongst the hanging
hopefully.
corpses
Hopefully
and
there's
muted
more
fetuses,
wild
the
times.
graphical
These,
power on show here rivals the majority
they
of
were
AAA
fake
releases. It
brawl
was a
now
joy to
too.
explore without even
They
the
all just
slightest
jump.
hint of
Run! They
repetition
with the
in its
little
design.
legs.
With a tease of bunkers, villages, and God knows what else in a world that's promised to be
Clubs.
4 times larger than the original, I can easily see myself getting lost and then
4
sidetracked in
times
the
larger
wilderness
than
for
the
hours on
original.
end. But at its core, Sons of the Forest is a survival game, and so when you're not
The first one's
exploring,
already
there's a good chance you're
freaking
building. The
hard to
construction
find
tools have been
everything.
significantly overhauled for the
That's a
sequel.
good thing that it's
Gone are the
bigger.
floating blue ghost building blocks, replaced by
Also-
user-friendly, realistic presentation
on.
of wilderness carpentry. Instructions are more literal, and actions are contextual. Instead of just loading resources into a ghost version of the final product, you're now free to, with magnetic and snapping assistance, manually place logs and sticks in the
Yeah.
direction that you'd like,
I hope
allowing for
that
a
they
complete
add,
customization
like,
of your
move
structure
the,
instead of
because it
following a
looks like they'd
predetermined
have
design.
removed
My
the little
partner,
logo
Calvin,
of the house.
and I immediately set to work on building a lakeside domicile of our own.
Calvin.
And what began as a traditional
So
design
weird.
immediately blossomed when we realized the only limitation
There's a
was our
deer walking
imagination.
behind him.
You're working on every placement by hand, and thus the structural points present not only a
Did we
decision,
miss a
but an
trailer?
opportunity for expression. I was informed that the
No,
option
that's
of
the one
the
that
more
we should watch.
traditional
It says trailer
blueprint builds
3.
is still there for
Yeah,
the
but that's the one
purists,
we
I
watched.
found the
Wanna watch
DIY
2?
construction
This is
far
the
more
third one.
appealing than the IKEA approach. Then, of course, there's
must
the
have missed
optional
one.
story to
Anyway.
follow. From the teasers in the trailers, this is implied to be bigger and perhaps even crazier than the original, and hopefully continues
I got
directly on
huge
from the
set-
forest's cliffhanger.
What?
But amongst the time
is at the
spent
end of the first
constructing
one.
and
Oh,
fighting off
right.
hordes of cannibals, I didn't really get a sense of how the story was going to go beyond the initial premise.
The deer
It
just
did
lying
feel
there.
very familiar to the story of the forest though, which I guess makes sense
Or
in the term
birds.
of dropping players right into the action. But I'd be lying if I said
Dang.
I didn't have concerns that it could potentially retread old ground. My hope is this simply serves as a jumping off point to go in some truly crazy directions, and it
passengers.
develops a narrative through line from the first game that still feels cohesive. But time will tell once I get my hands on the full game and manage to pull myself away from building a replica of the Ewok village and destroying the lives of the unsuspecting
Crafting menu.
locals.
There you go,
Sons of the
cross.
Forest
but
appears to
they're
evolve
making
and
arrows.
build on every aspect of its predecessor, with a focused
Spear.
goal of realism and developing a flexible ecosystem. And it feels like the building blocks are there to create something truly special. But its killer feature is the addition of impressively sophisticated and smarter AI enemies and companions that could not only provide a huge leap
happened
forward
to
for
him?
the series, but the
I think it was
survival game
Calvin.
genre as a whole.
Maybe.
No, it's very
That,
interesting.
yeah.
And actually, it looks like it's much more fun, and it does look like there is multiplayer.
I mean, the first one had multiplayer, so I would hope
Yes.
that this one has multiplayer too, especially if it's not cross-platform. At least
Yeah.
keep the multiplayer faction, because that's kind of what makes the game. I don't want to say it's what makes the game fun, because the game is fun to play alone too, but it's what makes the game better.
Yeah.
It's better to play with friends than alone. But I think we missed a trailer. But I think for the most part we watched a lot of it. I've seen the more recent gameplay trailers. I haven't seen this one. I waited to react to this one. She hasn't seen most of the first couple trailers, so but let us know if you want us to do more reaction videos. Of course, check out the original
Creators of these
channels.
videos. Yes.
They'll be linked in the description below. Show them some support because they're going to be posting the news and updates. So definitely go give them go subscribe to their channel.
Yes.
But either way, I hope you enjoyed. Like if you did, consider hitting that subscribe button with notifications
What was your
on.
favorite part of the new trailer, new game? What do you
What do you-
think would
yeah.
be cool to see?
Looking forward to and Sons of the Forest.
Yeah.
But either way, have a good one. Thank you for watching. Peace out.
Bye.